ESPN bracketologist Joe Lunardi here with my favorite number one seed, The Morning Rush.
Really excited to welcome in Joe Lunardi, ESPN bracketologist, into the Morning Rush. Joe, you currently have Arkansas as a 6th seed in Greenville. Joe, do you see similarities from the streaking Razorbacks last year to a team this year that's won 11 of 12?
Yeah, I mean, how can you not? It's so important to be playing your best basketball at the end of the year, and they've certainly done that. This is a team that a lot of folks were high on early, preseason, et cetera, and you know, maybe stumble might be too strong a word, but we're inconsistent in the non-conference portion of the season. But, you know, they've definitely kicked it into a higher gear now, and, you know, everybody seems to be, well, healthy for one thing, and back and together. And you know, could we be looking at another second weekend kind of scenario? Absolutely.
One of the things that we often debate, especially with Arkansas this year, the Hofstra, the Vanderbilt loss at home, but then they beat the likes of the number one team in the country, Auburn. How does the committee stack up great big-time wins versus horrible losses like Arkansas has both of those?
Remember that the committee is really 10 individuals. So three or four people might lean this way and 2 or 3 might lean another way. I don't think there's ever really one direction. I mean, every once in a while you can pick out a trend or a metric or something that seems to really be applied universally to every team in a given year by the committee. But what we're really saying is, you know, do we think 10 people are going to come to the same conclusion about a certain team's season? And the answer is probably not. But you know, over time, what we can say is generally your best wins tend to help you more than you're hurt by your worst losses. Unless you just have so many of those bad losses that they stink up the whole resume, right?
Yeah.
And that's not the case with Arkansas, at least in my way of looking at it. I think their really good wins are more than enough to overcome the stumbles, and you know, because of that, I think they're going to get a very attractive seed. You know, and they could go a little bit higher here. I don't think they're going to make, you know, top 3, but who knows? Maybe they don't lose any more games, and then we'll see.
What's the ceiling, in your opinion, of this team? Could you forecast how high this team could actually get on the seed line?
Yeah, I think, I suppose if they win all of these games and then win in the SEC, like that would be probably another at least 6, maybe more quad 1 wins, right? You know, we'd be talking, you know, maybe a 2 seed at that point. The number of teams, though, that win 6 or 7 consecutive quad 1 games is, like, pretty small. I think they're called maybe Golden State or the Lakers. So, I could say their ceiling is they could be they could win every game from now until April 5th and be the national champion. I mean, somebody's going to win on April 5th or 4th, whatever day it is. And why not Arkansas? But, you know, I have to deal in the realm of the probable. And, you know, they're probably going to be right about where they are because they're probably going to do something close to splitting all these quad 1 games because that's what teams in their situation typically do.
Joe, the SEC won the Big 12 SEC Challenge. Is the selection committee going to look at that when ranking the conferences and seeing where the SEC stacks up?
I don't know this for sure, but I would bet that outside any committee members who work in those 2 leagues, that any of them even know what the results were. The way the committee breaks down its duties is each committee member is assigned at least one, a couple conferences that they're the primary observer of. Like they're the ones that, are the go-to voice when that team comes up for discussion. So, who's ever monitoring the SEC, who's ever monitoring the Big 12 is probably pretty aware. But, let's see, the last two teams on the board are, I don't know, Oklahoma and Florida, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A Big 12 and an SEC team. Is who did what 6 weeks ago really relevant in the aggregate to those two individual evaluations? The committee would say, no, it's not. And that's why I don't think it comes up.
I got a chance to go to Indianapolis last year, experience Bankers Life Fieldhouse, experience Hinkle Fieldhouse, experience Lucas Oil Stadium, and it was incredible. Even at 25% capacity, Arkansas fans made the trip. How excited are you just to have the NCAA tournament back in full force this upcoming season where fans can max it out at 100%?
Well, selfishly, I'm very excited because the East Regionals in Philadelphia, which is so that's certainly a plus. Look, they're called spectator sports for a reason, right?
Yeah.
They're meant to have spectators. And I thought the quality of play, the competitive level, the excitement of last year's tournament, given everything that we went through to get there, including, of course, the postponed tournament the year before, made it special. But we're going to get a nice big helping of what makes it really special this year, and I can't wait.
I can't either. And you as a St. Joseph's grad, one of my favorite memories was Jameer Nelson and that squad back in the day. My brother's name, Joe, is Joseph, and so we latched on to that team back in the day. Now, I've never been to Philadelphia, Joe. I've got one of my really good friends here in Arkansas that is born and raised there. He moved to Arkansas in the natural state in high school. Let's say Arkansas winds up getting past the round of 32 in the first round and makes it to the Philadelphia Regional. Where do Razorback fans need to go for the Sweet 16 Elite Eight? Get some good grub around there.
Wow. Well, you're in Philly, so you got to do the cheesesteak thing, right, for lunch. And then the downtown restaurant scene, both, red meat and seafood, is phenomenal. You want to do the riverfront area, the University City area where Penn and Drexel are. We know how to do adult beverages. And even down by the arena, there's a Xfinity Live complex, which has got sports bars and restaurants. I think they would be able to wet their whistle and fill the hole in their tummies pretty well.
I think Arkansas fans would like to do it. We'll see if it ends up happening. Got to see where they're going to end up first. Selection Sunday just around the corner. Joe Lunardi, ESPN bracketologist. Joey Brackets, kind enough to make some time for us this morning on the Morning Rush. Thanks, Joe.
You bet.
Football might be over this season, but basketball is in full steam for both pros and college hoops. For all the latest odds, totals, player performance props, to where the next fired coach is going to land, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your sports betting needs. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Use our promo code BELIEVE to get started. That's promo code BLEAV. And it's not just basketball. BetOnline is your source for hockey, boxing, and UFC odds, right to the Olympic coverage, is the best in the business. From sports right down to your favorite Vegas casino games, BetOnline is your #1 online wagering destination. BetOnline, the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports and play your favorite games. BetOnline, where the game starts.